Hi guys, so we are home. It is Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. We're not quite on English time just yet. We arrived home Monday. We arrived home Friday. Let me start that again. We arrived home Friday morning. I decided to put up Christmas decorations because obviously it was all Christmassy while we were away. And it's likely that you are actually seeing this just before Christmas or just after Christmas. That is because some of the things I'm going to show you are actually gifts for people for Christmas. So I know people like my mum watch my channel, so she might see some of the stuff that I've got her for Christmas. So I don't want her to see. I've split it out into household, clothing and toys. So I'm just going to kind of show you different bits and tell you where I got them from and what price it was and everything. But I just wanted to give you guys an idea of what you can get, where you can get it from and how much it will be, because I would highly recommend going to the Disney store in the outlet mall. You will find things that are being sold in the Disney parks cheaper in the outlet. I've got a few examples of this where there's things that I've got. Some of them are things that I saw last year and I knew I wanted to get this year, and we happened to go to the outlet first of all on our first day. So it meant that I found it before we went into the parks, which was a great idea, because otherwise if I would have found it in the parks I would have just paid full price for it because I knew I wanted it. So I will show you those things and explain. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. So this is the mess on the floor in front of me. There's a lot of it, as you can see. So let's get on with the Disney Universal haul. There is some abnormalities in this that are not Disney, but I will tell you those and where they came from and everything. So what I will do is I will start with toys, because that's the smallest pile that I have here on my right, your left. Now I will just say we took $2,000 between us. That was for food and for shopping. We spent a lot on food, and when we went out we spent a lot on food. We did manage to buy loads of stuff though, and it was a bit of a panic trying to get everything back. We did manage to cram all of these different things in with our hand luggage and our actual check-in luggage as well. So let's get started. So this toy is something that we got from the Disney outlet. This is the First Order Special Force Fighter. This is something that Daniel got, and if you bought this actually in the parks it was $9.95 and we got it for $3.99. So I think it's more of just a display model that you kind of put on the side rather than an actual toy. It's quite heavy, but that's the first example we have of how much cheaper things are from the outlet. $3.99 instead of $9.95. So yeah, we just got that. It was something that we got last minute. And we're just going to put it on one of our display units in our spare room. Okay, another thing we got from the outlet, actually we got two of these, so let me show you, were these metallic 3D kit models, so you don't need any glue or anything. If you buy these from the parks, they are $16.95. Now they have these in the parks at the moment, and they are this expensive because we've seen them. They have them in the, oh god, what's it called? The launch bay, and we got them from the outlet for $4.99. So that's these. So we've got the Imperial Shuttle and the AT-ST. I don't know these things. I'm a Star Wars fan now. I wasn't, but I don't really know these things that well. Obviously I've seen this one before, but I've not seen this one before. These were things that Daniel was like, oh, I want one of them. They do the castle as well, they do Cinderella's carriage, things like that, which we saw in the toy shop in Disney Springs, and they would have been $16.95 as the original price. We didn't see them in the outlet while we were there, but it's worth having a look because I find it crazy that they are selling these in the actual Hollywood Studios launch bay for full price, and then you go down to the outlet and they're $4.99. So these were from the outlet on Vineland Avenue. Most of the stuff that we got from the Disney outlet store will have been Vineland Avenue. If it's from the other one on International Drive, I will tell you, but just assume that everything I say Disney outlet, it's come from Vineland Avenue, because that one I find is the best one. I would say it's probably the same size as the one on International Drive, but I think they hold a wider variety of stock, so they have more things. I found that the one on International Drive was quite a lot of clothing, but the one on International Drive did have magic bands this time, and the one on Vineland Avenue didn't. So that was a bit annoying, but it was kind of good because we happened to go to the International Drive one on our second day, which was on the Saturday, and I found myself a magic band. So I had a magic band for the whole holiday, which was good. But they didn't have any magic bands at the Vineland Avenue, but I do think they have more things like toys and things for kids than the one on International Drive. So yeah, they were meant to be $16.95 and we got them for $4.99. These things are one of the things that are Christmas presents, which is why I can't show this before Christmas really. 2 phone cases, one for me, one for my mum. This is what they look like. So they're meant to be like fake wood with a Mickey print on them. So full price, these were meant to be $49.95 and they're actually $7.99. So we got a good deal on these, but like I said, one of these is going to be a Christmas present, so I can't show it before, which is a bit of pain. But it also means that I can't use mine before Christmas either. But at least Christmas is only like 4 weeks away, so it's not too bad. I don't have to wait like a whole year to use them or anything, which is good. But yeah, I thought they were pretty good. Most of their phone cases are sort of $50 or $40. The normal ones, which I used to have a Minnie Mouse one, which I stole off my mum, she bought it last year, it was $40 and I had to buy her a replacement this year, so I got her a little Chip and Dale one, which was $30 as well. So these, because they're a little bit more special, I would say, that's probably why they're the extra sort of like $10. But yeah, I thought that was pretty good. I don't mind spending $7.99 on a phone case. I wouldn't really want to spend much more than that on a phone case, wherever it was coming from. So I was quite lucky to find these. We'd literally been in on our first day to the outlet and they hadn't got anything that I was interested in, that is, for phone cases. And then we went in a week later and they had these, so I got really lucky getting these. They did have some other ones and they're normally around by the till, so when you're queuing to get to the till they're kind of on the left hand side on the kind of units that are there. So I hadn't seen these the week before, but they still had all the other phone cases that I'd seen the previous week, so I got lucky getting these. Next of all is actually a comic. This is for a Christmas present as well. It's a Doctor Strange comic book. This actually came from Universal. It came from Islands of Adventure and it's from one of the Marvel shops, which is the last one on your left hand side as you walk out of Marvel Town into Toon Lagoon, I think it's called. This was $3.99 and then I paid the extra to have the plastic cover as well. This is actually a Christmas present for someone as well. We're doing Secret Santa this year with Dan's family, so one of the guys in the family is a kind of Marvel person, what do you call it? Likes Marvel and things like that, so yeah, I just thought it would be a cool little thing to get, and I'm not sure whether you can get these comics over here. We do have a few comic book stores dotted around, but there's none that are that close to us, I would say, that do decent comics. So this one looked quite cool, so I thought I would get it and pop it in the little Secret Santa that we're doing. So after we left Universal for the last time, Dan's sister actually told us that she'd broken her keyring, so we tried to get her a replacement, but we couldn't get the exact same one because we'd left Universal. So we got these two little things. So this is obviously a keyring and this is a pin. The pin was $5.90 and it came from Box Lunch, which is from the Florida Mall, and they're like a sister company of Hot Topic, if you've ever heard of them before. So it was just a tiny little pin which we saw because we couldn't find any key rings in there. And then we went down the road to, now what was it called? I've got a bag here somewhere with the name of it on. So we went to a shop called Spencer's, which is kind of like a store that looks a little bit like Hot Topic and Box Lunch kind of combined. They've got cool stuff in there. And we found this keyring, so we got this, and the keyring was $6.49, so that wasn't too bad. So we're going to give her these two little things as little gifts, because she was sad because her keyring that looked like this had broken, but I think her keyring had actually come from Universal, and it kind of spun round the bit in the middle. But obviously, as we'd already left, we couldn't go back and get one, because I wasn't going to pay $20 to park in the car park just to get her a keyring, because then the keyring would have cost a ridiculous amount if you sort of carried in the car parking charges. So we got these two. They were both from the Florida Mall. So this one was from Box Lunch, which also have a website. I will put all of the shop names in the description bar below, and if they've got website links, I'll put them in below as well. And obviously the keyring came from Spencer's. The next couple of things are Christmas presents as well, funnily enough, for the same person that I got the comic book for. So they like Dragon Ball Z, so I got them a little like pop figure, which these are the mini ones, and he was $4.99. And that was instead of, oh, they haven't got the instead of price. He came from GameStop, I think it was called, which is in the Florida Mall as well. It's right next to Hot Topic, and they've got another one pretty much opposite the Spencer's shop as well. So I got him because he's a little pop thing and he wasn't too expensive. And then from Hot Topic I got these socks, which were $9.50. And the size is 10 to 13, and yeah, it's probably best if I show you that way, because then you can see the picture up here as well. So they're kind of like long socks, but they were quite cool and they weren't too expensive either. So that's all going to go in together. And then the last kind of toy that we got, which came from the outlet, was this, which I'm only going to show you the box because the pieces are all over the house. So this toy was meant to be $39.95, and we got it for $6.99, so it was pretty good. And it's this Star Wars Force Push Role Play Action Set. So can you guys see all that? Yes, kind of, if the light doesn't keep reflecting. Let's do it like that. There we go. Okay, I don't know whether you can hear me behind this. So you get the Stormtrooper who stands on the little like podium, you get the TIE Fighter, and you get a glove. And what you do, which if you guys follow me on Instagram, you would have seen the little video of Daniel playing with this in the hotel. You kind of push your hand forward with the glove on, and you either, I think you have to aim it at the TIE Fighter actually, and the sides pop out and Stormtrooper falls off his podium. It's pretty cool. It's a novelty thing, and it takes you a couple of times to keep doing this for it to actually pop off. But if you guys want to see the video of it, it's on my Instagram, and I might see if I can put a video onto YouTube as well for you guys to see, just a really short one, so you can see what it's like. But that was pretty cool, considering it was meant to be $39.95, so nearly $40. I would not have paid $40 for this. We got it for $6.99. So I would definitely recommend the outlets, and I will keep saying that, but I would, if you guys are not trying to cram in all the parks, I would recommend going to the outlets on your first couple of days, seeing what's there, and kind of, if you see something in the parks that you think you might want, try and go to the outlets. If you know you're going to be going back to that park, go to the outlets a couple of times, see if it ends up there. And you might see it, you might not. It's really hard to tell. There's a top that I've got, which I will show you guys. There was a top almost identical to this in the outlets when we were there on the last couple of days. But I can guarantee you the top that I got will end up in the outlets, but obviously not while we're there. So if you can keep going in regularly, I guarantee you'll see stuff that you've seen in the parks that you want, that they will still sell in the parks. Just like these little guys that I showed you, that they were still selling when we were there, and they'll probably still be selling these when you guys are there in like January through to summer, and they're reduced. Like, I don't understand it. They're not damaged or anything, so I I don't know. We're now going to move on to clothes. I will quickly start with what I've got on. This scarf, which I don't know if you guys can see, it's got little deers on it. This was actually from the Disney store. It's not Disney related at all, but I wanted a brown scarf and I've always wanted a scarf with deers on, so I thought perfect opportunity. This was meant to be $21.99 and it was $6.99. So another good bargain there. So yeah, you can get stuff from the Disney outlet that's not Disney orientated, but they've also got stuff that is from the Disney shops. Like at Disney Springs there's a shop called Trend, which has got kind of like high fashion clothes which aren't all Disney specific, but they're coming from like a Disney store. They have stuff from that store in the outlet. So if you're looking for something that's kind of a Disney brand but it's not got Disney prints all over it, you can go and look for that there. And this is another thing that actually came from the outlet, which is like that. So this actually came from a Disney boutique. It does have a Disney pattern all over it, but it's kind of subtle, you wouldn't necessarily know it. It's a kimono, so it's like this. Let's show you guys up close. You can see all the little minis and the flowers and everything. It's really cute. I can't remember how much this was meant to be, but I got it for $14.99. I think it was meant to be around $50. And that's kind of the stuff that they have in there that's kind of from the Trend shop. So you will find stuff like this, so it's kind of like soft and lacy and things, and it's not covered in Disney. Obviously this one is, so I'm not explaining myself very well right now, but they've got stuff that's not full on Disney that you can kind of wear out and about and no one would know that you're wearing a Disney top. So yeah, it's pretty good in there. I also got this cardigan, just like a waterfall stripy cardigan from American Eagle for $20 I think it was, instead of $50, and that came from the outlet as well. So not Disney orientated at all, but it was from the outlet. And another thing we got from the outlet which isn't Disney orientated is Dan's Vans. They're quite cute. They're like Super Mario Vans. Come a little bit closer so you guys can see. And even on the laces, these little details on here, which I don't know if this will focus because they're so small, but they look like little game controllers. They're cute. And then on the bottom it says game over. So these were cool. I can't remember how much Dan's Vans were. So they were between 20 and 25, which isn't too bad considering my Disney Vans with my 101 Dalmatians on. They were really expensive. I think they were like £40. So obviously when you convert the dollars into pounds, it's always less. So that was pretty cool. We don't know how often Dan will wear these. I said they're probably more like summer holiday trainers, but they're just cool. They're different and they're like different from anything else he has, so they were quite cool. And on that topic as well, he got some baby Vans. Oh, some little Jungle Book ones. There we go. They're so cute. So just baby Vans. They were like $15 I think. They're just really cute. Obviously we don't have children at the moment, but when we do, they're going to be the coolest kids ever with their little Jungle Book Vans. And because they were reduced, I just thought I'll get them because I know that Vans and Converse and things like that for kids can be so expensive and they don't really wear them because they're too small to walk and things, but hopefully they'll be able to get a little bit of wear out of these, and then obviously we'll keep them and we'll just display them or something. So I thought they were really cute and I just had to get them. These were the smallest pair of Disney Vans that they had. They had a few Mario kids Vans and things, but there wasn't that many. We did go to the van shop in the Florida Mall and they had quite a few Disney Vans, but obviously then they're full price and I didn't really want to pay full price for something that's not going to get any use for quite a while. So these will just sit in a box in the loft, I think, until the day comes that they need to be worn. But I thought they were so cute, and they come in a little Disney box as well, and it's like really tiny. The next thing, it's another Christmas present. So I've got this for my mum. This was from Box Lunch as well, and this was $16.90, and it's just a little Dumbo scarf. And I don't know if you guys can see on the label there, it kind of shows you the pattern. Let me just do this. So it's just a infinity scarf, this one. It's not like a tie round one, they've actually sewn it together on the top here. So I've just sewn it together at the top so it becomes an infinity scarf. So I really like the colours. It was a colour that caught my eye to start with. I quite like this kind of colour at the moment, and I thought it was really cute, and I didn't know what else to get my mum for Christmas, so I thought, oh, that'll be cute. Even if she doesn't wear it that often, it's quite nice, and I reckon when you've got it on, people wouldn't necessarily notice that it's Dumbo from a distance. It'd only be if they were up close that they could tell. So I thought it was quite cute, so I thought I'd get it. This was just from Box Lunch. You can order offline and get it delivered all over the world. I'm not sure how much shipping is though, because I know their sister company Hot Topic is quite expensive for delivery. So yeah, I would have a look though. I couldn't see this the other day when I looked online, but I'm sure they do have them on there or some similar. The next things we've got, actually that should be in that pile, is just flip-flops. And the reason for this is just cheap little flip-flops. These are actually, they're meant to be $14.95 full price, and both of these came from the outlets. They were $3.99 each. So this one came from Vineland Avenue, and this one actually came from International Drive. This one's size 8 and this one's size 6, so these are slightly smaller. And that's not an English 6, I don't think. I'm pretty sure these are like an English 6 almost. Or maybe these are a 7 and these are a 5, something like that. But the reason I got them is because I am doing flip-flops for our wedding for people to wear if their feet get too sore. And I've actually been buying all my flip-flops from Primark at the moment, because through the summer they have lots of different Disney flip-flops. So I got a wide range through the summer, and I thought I might need a couple more pairs. To be fair, these feel a lot sturdier, they're a lot harder and thicker than the Primark ones, but they may not necessarily be any more comfier. So yeah, I just thought they were cute though. So they will be going in the box with all the other flip-flops that we've got. Next thing is a birthday present actually from my friend's little girl. She's turning 1 in December, and I just got her this little hooded like mitt thing. So it's got the little mitts at the bottom that you put your hands in, and the little hood with Tigger's head on it. This was from the outlet as well. This was meant to be $27.95 and I got it for $7.99. Didn't know what to get my friend's little girl, but I thought everything she'll get is either toys or clothes that she'll be fitting in now, whereas I thought this is something that will last her a long time and it's Disney orientated, and I'm so glad that my friend's little girl likes Disney, because don't we all want our kids to love Disney? So yeah, I thought that was pretty cute. They still had a few of these when I was in there last time, so it may be something that carries on throughout the winter, even though they don't have proper winter in Florida. Obviously they're aware that other people come from countries where it is cold, so it's probably things that will be staying in there throughout December and January, because I know January can get quite cold in Florida. So have a look and see if you can find anything like this. They're really cute. I don't know whether they do any other styles, I only saw the Tigger one. But my friend's little girl's room was Winnie the Pooh, so I thought it would be quite fitting as well for her. The next couple of things come from Theme Park Connections actually. Where's the other one? Here we go. First one is a watch, which I've actually broken the other strap off today because I didn't realise how bad it was. This was just $5 and it's a little Mickey watch. I don't know if you guys can see it going round, but the little snowflakes in the middle go round, and it's actually from 1998, and it says Cast Holiday Celebration, so I can only assume that all the cast members got these during the holiday. Now I could have bought a brand new one with a brand new strap on it for $25 I think it was. This one was $5 because obviously it's been worn, the strap's a bit worn out. And when I went to the jewellers today to see how much it would cost to replace the strap, they said one of the cheaper ones was only $16.99, but it wasn't a black one, and I really want a black strap on it. So I said I'll think about it, and what I think I'm actually going to do is put some fabric on as a strap. I've got a watch that came from Primark, just a cheap one, which actually has fabric as a strap and you tie it together. So I think that's probably going to be the easiest thing for me to do, as this is literally going to be just a Christmas watch. I'm not likely to wear it throughout the rest of the year because it is kind of Christmas theme on it, and it does say Happy Holidays. This is my standard one, which came from Avon, which actually needs a new strap on it as well because I'm using a hair tie as the thing on it. But I'd much rather spend the £25 to get a new strap on this one than I would on a Christmas one. So I'm going to try and do a little bit of a thing with some fabric and see whether that works for now. That was just $5 from Theme Park Connections. And I also got a name badge. I don't know, maybe you can see what it says on it. So it's a proper official name badge with the name Bob on it, and it's from the 25 year celebration actually, which I did go to, and so did my Uncle Bob, who this is for. He was one of the people that came with me last year when I went with my family, and I just thought it would be really cute to get him something like this. He's a massive Disney fan. He won't have ever been to Theme Park Connections. He just goes to the parks and goes and plays golf when he goes out there. So I thought this was really cute, and it'd just be a cute thing to give him, even if it just sits on the side and that's it. But yeah, I looked for my name. They didn't have my name. This was $8.99 I think. But they're cute. They're proper printed in. It's not just printed onto the top. They're like engraved into the badge, so it's not going to wear off. Theme Park Connections is a shop that is by Jongyung Parkway, so off of Sand Lake Road. It's a store where they kind of get stuff from the parks in, so they may have pieces that have been part of rides, parts from movies, so they had a lot of Hunger Games things. It's a great place to go to if you've got time and you're not sort of spending 2 weeks in the parks. I would definitely recommend trying to find Theme Park Connections. Even if you don't go and buy anything, it's just a really cool shop to go into. I actually found out about it through the Tim Tracker. He went there with Jen and Adam the Woo, and I saw it and I wanted to go last time. We just completely ran out of time last year when we were there. So this year I was like, we are going there and we are finding it. Another thing, which I guess is kind of clothing, is my magic band. It's the Haunted Mansion limited edition one, and this came from the outlet store on International Drive actually. It was the only one that had the magic bands. There was no magic bands on the Vineland Road one. They just had magic band accessories on Vineland Avenue's outlet store. So if you've got tickets, this is what happened with me. So we got tickets from American Attractions. They don't do magic bands with their tickets, and I didn't know whether I'd be able to set it up. I decided that I wanted one though, and I was going to try and set it up as well. So Dan didn't have one, he just used his ticket, but I decided I was going to try and set it up. And what they do is when you buy them, they activate them at the tills and they give you an instruction leaflet on how to set it up. And it was really, really confusing how to set it up. I kept trying to link it to my card and it kept saying that my card already existed, which obviously I know because I'd set it all up previously. I'd done all my fast passes, dinner reservations, everything. So I couldn't figure out what was going on, and all of a sudden the next day it said it had activated it. So even though it was making out while I was trying to do it the night before that it wasn't working, it all of a sudden worked. So the first day that we went into the parks, and every day after that in fact, I took the card with me in case anything went wrong with it, so I had my card anyway. But yeah, I managed to use it for everything, for fast passes, getting into the parks, everything like that. It worked perfectly fine, and all you do is the little Mickey on the front here is you touch Mickey to Mickey on your wrist, at the fast pass booths and to get in, and obviously when you get in you still have to do your fingerprint as well, and it just worked fine. I'm not sure how it would have worked for paying for things because obviously I don't really have my card set up for payments with my Disney card or anything. When you make dinner reservations you have to set up your card anyway, but yeah, it worked fine. Obviously if you've got kids, something that you may not know is where the colour bit starts, or the pattern starts, whichever magic band you've got, you can remove this outer layer. So kids that have got tiny wrists, obviously they don't want all this excess here. So if you pop out from this point, I'll show you the inside as well, if you pop it out from where this line is, it makes it a lot shorter. So for your kids, instead of it being this long, it will actually start from here. So it will be this long, which is a lot better for them. They don't have all this bit inside poking around. Next thing, this is the thing that I am sure will end up at the outlets because it's really expensive. People don't want to pay this amount for a t-shirt. But me and Dan got amnesia and we decided that I would get it because I really wanted it. Even though, like I say, I like Star Wars, I really like it now, but I was never interested in Star Wars before the new one came out. And I still haven't properly seen the original ones. We watched them last year over Christmas and I fell asleep, but never mind. This is my top dress thing. It's got Boba Fett on it. I just loved the colours and everything. I think it was the colours that drew me to it. So it's like a netted top, I'll show you guys. So a netted top with a black stretchy top underneath. Now it is really long, as you can see. So it kind of, if I stand up, it kind of goes almost to my knee. Oh, I can't show you guys. It's like my knee's there and it stops here. So it's a very long top, but I really liked it. This came from a Trend, which is at Disney Springs, and this is how much it was. $59.95. So with the tax it was like $60. Yeah, I liked it and said I couldn't justify paying that much on a top. We thought we might have run out of money towards the end of the holiday. We didn't. So on the last day when we were at Disney Springs, just walking around before we came home, we went and got it. We had some vouchers, which I would recommend checking this. If you're going into the parks and you're having food and drinks, look on your receipt. Quite often you'll end up with a 10% off for Disney Springs. That works in World of Disney, it works in Trend and the Co-op, which is all part of the same building. So that whole building that's got Trend and the Co-op in, it works in there. It works in the toy store. I'm not sure if it works in the Christmas shop though. I can't remember the whole list of things that it worked in, but there's a list on there and it tells you all the different ones it works in. We used it at Disney Springs in the Co-op and the World of Disney before our last day. And then when we went back on our last day, we were like, oh yeah, we'll use it again to get this top. And it had run out the day before. So make sure you check on the bottom of your receipt that it's still in date. I have a feeling it had run out when we went in because we were there on Thanksgiving, so they obviously didn't want to give loads of discounts to people that were going to be there at Thanksgiving. And it may be that over the Christmas period they don't give out anything like that. Last piece of clothing is something else from Hot Topic, which I'd seen before I went, was meant to order to get delivered to the hotel and completely forgot about it. And then when we found the Hot Topic store, I looked everywhere in there and they didn't have it, so they ordered it in for me. And what I did was I ordered two sizes. I ordered a small and a medium because I didn't know what size to get. And this was it. It's a little mermaid cardigan. Just like a waterfall cardigan again, but not as long on the front, with a bit of lace on the back. So this was $49.50. And I ordered a small and a medium. I tried them both on when they arrived and I ended up picking the small. So for you guys who are interested in Hot Topic, and they do put a lot on for delivery to the UK, if you're not sure about sizing, I am between a size 10 and a 12 normally, and I've ended up with a small. So that kind of tells you what kind of sizes to get. Sleeves wise, it's not really tight. Like the sleeves on this cardigan are a lot tighter. I have to kind of like pull it up as I put my arms in. They get stuck in these, but I think that's because it's knitted. These not so much, but with the medium, the sleeves look really baggy, so it kind of looked too big for me, so I went for the smaller size. I did try on a small knitted cardigan as well in Hot Topic, one of the night before Christmas ones, and that was perfect sizing as well, the knitted one, but obviously that was knitted and I didn't know what this was going to be like. So yeah, I would recommend, if you are looking for stuff from Hot Topic and you are going to be in the local area, either arrange for it to get delivered into the one in the Florida Mall before you go, or go in there at the beginning of the holiday and ask them if they can order it in for you. It takes up to 5 days, I believe. I think mine turned up on the 4th day. So we went to Universal in the morning, and in the afternoon we went and picked this up. I took my receipt with me, and I had my email confirmation as well. They didn't look at my email, they just took my receipt, went and picked it up from out back and gave it to me, and then because obviously I didn't want the medium, they just processed my refund straight away, and that was it. And normally when you buy stuff, they give you hot cash back, which is kind of $10, I think, off of your next purchase. So I got $20 when I bought the 2 items originally, and then when I went and bought the 2 things that I got for Christmas, so the socks and something else, I ended up with another $10, and I got $30 in with this. So it was quite handy. They are very expensive though, but it is nice stuff, and it's stuff that you won't find anywhere else. It's completely different to everything that's in the Disney parks and the Universal parks. It's all completely different, and it's really nice. So have a look. I will put their website in the description bar below as well for you guys. We are now on to homeware. There's a lot of homeware to get through. So, sorry guys, this is a very long video. I might split it into 2. At this point, actually, I might split it. If you're new to my channel, thanks for watching. My name is Odette. I have recently been to Florida, which you may have seen some of our videos so far. We were there for 2 weeks, and we did a lot of shopping, a lot of shopping. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button below for more videos like this. Thanks guys, bye!